Hi guys, welcome to Souls Know Evolution. Thank you so much for taking the time to join me. This is going to be your daily divination for whenever it is that you are tuning into the channel. Now, we have changed the deck. We switch it up after 7 readings out of an oracle deck and we'd get a brand new deck. This is a brand new deck. This is let me get the book, The Divine Energy Oracle by Sonia Coquette, or I don't know if that's how you say it, it's French. And she is the author of the first ever oracle deck that I purchased, which was The Answer is Simple. And I really vibe with that deck, so I wanted to get another deck from her. A big thank you to one of my subscribers. I'm not going to say your name, but I will shout you out for donating, because your donation has gone towards and paid the majority of this deck. So much appreciated to you. So we are going to get a message from this deck for the collective for today. Message for today, please, Spirit. Message for today. And I'm excited because it's the first time I'm using this deck. I think the cards are, well, I'm going to say beautiful, but there's no pictures on them, it's just words. But I'm beginning to think that, yeah, words are my thing. Words are my thing. So, messages for the collective. Messages for the collective for today. Wow, that didn't want to stay in my hand. Bust out of your cocoon. I'm loving this. Loving this. Right, energy at the bottom of the deck. Be open to love. Right, okay. Okay. I'm seeing this as like, I don't know, I've talked about the concept before, if that's the right word for it, I don't know. But I get like, oh, I'm going to have to find it now. Right, yeah, I'm going to find it. I get like the 8 of Swords from the Wild Unknown tarot deck for this, but not as a complete message. But there's a picture of like a cocooned butterfly, and it's kind of surrounded by swords that I'm just getting as I saw the title of that. Let me see if I can find it. And I absolutely love this deck as well. I haven't used it in so long. But the tarot will be back. I'm just not quite ready yet. But it will be back eventually. Here we go, here we go. Yeah, the cocooned butterfly. And it's so funny. We've got the devil card here. So, this is not a tarot reading, but this is the energy that I'm getting from this oracle card. Bust out of your cocoon. So we know the transformation process that the butterfly goes through, from the caterpillar to the butterfly. And this cocooning stage is a vital part of the butterfly and the caterpillar's transformation. So once it's eaten, you know, everything inside as a caterpillar, it sort of wraps itself within this cocoon, usually hangs itself from a branch somewhere, and the metamorphosis is actually taking place. But it feels like in this particular tarot card, the depiction of it is that it's not wise for the butterfly to sort of emerge from that cocoon state right now because of all the swords that are surrounding it. So, like I said, we're not taking the whole concept of this card, but this is the image that came to my mind instantly. So it feels as though whatever was mentally blocking you or trapping you, and the 8 of Swords is generally a self-imposed prison. It's not something that is exerted from you externally. It's your own belief system, it's your own fears, it's your own perspective or perceptions that are keeping you bound. There's usually a woman surrounded by like a ring of swords that's feeling trapped or blocked, but not, I think she's blindfolded with her hands loosely tied. I don't know if they're by her side or whatever, but she can basically get out of that predicament that she's in through a change in perspective, through actually evaluating the situation that she's stood in, by taking action, by understanding that something needs to change, and it's not external circumstances that need to change. So it feels like you're either in this energy of the 8 of Swords, like I say, trapped by some self-imposed limitations, and you're being encouraged that the time is right for you to bust out of that cocoon now. It's like everything that needed to happen during that metamorphosis stage has occurred, but it's now time for you to emerge. And I find it amazing because wasn't the last, one of the readings from the last deck, it might have even been the deck before now, it was the Earth Magic Oracle. We had the dragonfly that spoke about emerging. So it feels like it is time now for you to bust out of limiting beliefs, fears that were holding you back. And the Devil card came out, well, as I was looking for this Eight of Swords, the Devil card was next to it. So the Devil, to me, again, it's that feeling trapped or bound or bonded to something kind of energy. The Devil can also, like I said, feel like there's either a lack of control, or again, it's illusions of entrapment, it's illusions of enslavement. So there's something that you're being encouraged to break free from now. It feels as though, whether you feel as though you're ready or not, the universe is encouraging you that it's time. It's time, guys. Right, let's get some charms. And I want to spin it round, and I want to go to this side for some reason. I don't want all of those in there. Right. Let's see what we've got. Yes, we've got the unicorn, we've got the star and the fairy, we've got the shoe, we've got the ruler. What does that say? Dance. We've got the stork, and we've got the wand. So yeah, like I said, I'm just getting that there's a rebirthing process, and I'm going to have to pull this card back out. But yeah, there's a rebirthing process. Now, the caterpillar on, let's say, a DNA level is exactly the same molecularly, cellularly, as what the butterfly is. So the transformation is purely external. Like, it looks completely different, but if you were to, I don't know how they test it or whatever, but if you were to test the DNA of both the caterpillar and the butterfly, it's exactly the same. And that's what I feel as though you're being encouraged to do now. It's to sort of morph into the next version of you, the next version of yourself. And I'm just seeing this stork as a representation. It gives me Empress energy of that sort of transformation, that birthing process. It almost feels as though you're in the birth canal. This is a bit graphic. It almost feels as though you're in that birth canal, sort of waiting to be pushed out. But the only thing is that you're waiting, but there's nothing going to push you out. You've got to kind of push yourself out, if this is making any sense. But yeah, so there's something that you are, no, not even something, you are being encouraged to rebirth yourself. That's what I'm seeing in this particular instance. Even if you're only taking, like I say, small steps. I don't know exactly how it happens, but, you know, the butterfly doesn't explode out of that cocoon. Even though you're being told to bust out of your cocoon, it's just breaking the shell, it's breaking that exterior, it's taking that first step, and the process builds momentum, and it all kind of happens as a consequence of that first step. You may not see, you know, the whole journey ahead. This is like, I'm just getting energy from The Secret documentary. If you haven't seen it, it's a great sort of metaphysical introduction to the law of attraction documentary, but it only really scratches the surface. So I recommend anybody watch it, but don't come away from that documentary thinking, right, I know how the law of attraction works. It's a lot deeper than that, believe me. But anyway, like I say, in that movie, in that documentary, there's somebody that talks about you not having to see like the whole staircase ahead of you. You've just got to have faith to take the first step. So that's what I'm sort of feeling from this busting out of your cocoon. It's like you may be projecting too far ahead. Be like, well, when I'm out of my cocoon, what am I going to do? What direction do I go in? That is what is limiting you. That's what's causing these Eight of Swords to sort of pop up around you. You just need to take the first step. Now, with this unicorn, that's like my impossible becoming possible kind of energy. So again, it's like the more that you step out on this next phase, this next path of whatever it is, it's like things that you may have thought were impossible before are going to be very much more possible. I don't know if I'm getting my words the right way around. They're going to be made possible for you. Now, this is in relation to your wishes, your dreams, your desires, the things that you're wanting to manifest, because we have a star in here twice now. And that just gives me the star energy. So again, it's that rebirth, that sort of coming to life, that vulnerability, as in I keep pulling it back, but I feel like I need to. It's like, that's a vulnerable stage when you're in this cocoon stage. And when you come out, the butterfly's got to hang there for a little while and wait for their wings to dry so that they can actually take flight. So it feels as though there's been some sort of healing journey, some sort of healing process that you've been in or you are on, and you're being encouraged to continue to move forward, because the next stage of that is to come out of the healing process and kind of like get back into it, but as this new version of yourself. Then we've got the ruler. So that to me is just like measuring your distance travelled, or, you know, measuring from one point to another point. How I was saying that the caterpillar and the butterfly are two of the same thing, but they're very different on the scale, if you know what I mean. So it's like you will be able to actually see the distance that you've travelled. You'll be able to see the growth that you've made, and it will be measurable. It'll just be measurable. Now, dance. I'm just getting that dance to the beat of your own drum. As you're busting out of your cocoon, it's like stepping outside of your comfort zone. It's sort of like stepping into a new arena, or stepping into something, as we've been saying throughout this whole message, that you haven't experienced before. So it's important that you are, you know, dancing to the beat of your own drum. You're following the calling of your soul. You're following the calling of your heart. Obviously, we're applying logic to this as well, but we're not just listening to our mind. Because when we just listen to our mind, that's when all these swords appear. So we've got to integrate our soul into this. We've got to integrate our feelings into this, our emotions, and use them as literally a measuring stick. Our feelings tell us, they're there to indicate something to us. They're there to tell us if we're moving in the right direction. And the better you feel is a measurement that, yes, this is, you know, like it's saying, come here, continue on this path, continue on this path. If you don't feel great with where you are or what you're doing, then again, those emotions are reflecting back to you that will stop doing this. If this isn't making you feel good, then don't do it. And sometimes that's a lot easier said than done, but ultimately that is the energy that we want to be moving through our life, or dancing through our life too. It's to the things that make us feel good, to the things that allow us to move out of our comfort zone and give us that feeling of joy and happiness and high vibrational energy. But yeah, as you step out of your comfort zone, as you move on to this new path, I see fulfillment of wishes. I see you growing in your faith. I see you growing in your trust of either yourself, the universe, new opportunities that are being presented to you, your recovery, like I say, because it's measurable. But there's blessings that are on their way. Wow, I've just looked down. I'm like, new deck, and I'm a chatty Kathy. So let's get some letters. Oh my gosh, and that's like a major handful. We have E, K, W. Right, and we have week. Right, okay. F, A, H, T, I, U, O, C. Oh, that one won't turn over. A D and two more E's. Right, okay. So the first thing I got was literally a week. So this reading, all my readings, they're never a daily. They're never a daily. But they're energy that's accessible to you, a message that you need to hear on that day. But the playing out of that energy, the process of, you know, healing things that we talk about within a reading, it's always going to take longer than a day. And not every reading is going to resonate with you. But I feel like the week is relevant. So there may be opportunities that are presented within the week that cause you to bust out of your cocoon or step outside of your comfort zone in some way. I'm seeing fated. So again, I'm just alluding to that once you step outside of your comfort zone, once you step into the newness of who you are as well, because the fated to me, it reminds me of the Wheel of Fortune energy, which is all about destiny. It's about your adaptability, and that's what the caterpillar is doing. It's adapting from the caterpillar stage to the butterfly stage. And I didn't know this, but the only reason it does that is to breed, so that it can get off that one leaf that it's stuck on, or that one tree that it's stuck on, and it has a level of freedom then to sort of, I don't know how long they live as butterflies, but it's not very long. I think they spend longer as caterpillars than they do as actual butterflies, but the whole point is it's a stage of maturity that allows them the freedom to go and find a partner, and to breed, to continue the whole process again. So it feels like there is something about adaptability or change, elevation, that is fated for you, but you've got to be in that new form for it to take place, or for you to access it, if this is even making any sense. Right, what else can I see in here? I'm going to leave it at that, but there's so many words, because I can talk. So we'll leave it there. We'll see what you come up with. And I'm going to read this out of the book. And now I've moved everything out of the way. I'm like, be open to love. And I've just spent all that time talking about how the butterflies grow their wings so that they can go and find love. Well, probably not love in the butterfly world, but to procreate. It's a bit less romantic when we're looking at animals. So, where are we? Bust out of your comfort zone. None of the cards are numbered, and they're not in alphabetical order, so I can't even find it in the, here we go, card 23, page 50. Bust out of your cocoon. I'm only going to read the divine invitation, and it says, be honest and release what no longer resonates with you. Step away from things, situations and people that do not bring joy and vitality. And I spoke about that high vibrational energy and your emotions as kind of an indicator as to what you are to follow. And if it doesn't match that, then as I was saying, you move away from it. It says, to reach out for something greater, you must first let go of what's in your hand. You are entering a time of spiritual empowerment, able to fully engage with life on your terms, who you are today and what you want to experience right now. Once you decide, nothing stands in your way. Wow, that was a beautiful message. Absolutely beautiful, short and sweet. Right, guys, have a fantastic day, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.